Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video, bringing you guys the Great Ape, the SH Figuarts. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the Mexican Uzaru as well, so you guys can see it side by side. You know, we already seen this in the last video. It's nothing too much to talk about, but I will be having him, you know, next to Uzaru, so we can get some good shots in there. So yeah. All right, guys, and let me go ahead and this is gonna be a big package to unbox. Let me go ahead and move Uzaru real quick, the bootleg. But you know, before we do that, let me go ahead and put him on a rotating stand for everyone. Okay, I just thought about that. Let me grab him here. I'll show you guys what he's looking like. You guys can get like a 360 of the box. Alright. And it looks like he's not gonna move. I don't think he is gonna move. Oh, there he is. Alright, sorry about that. And back up the camera a bit. See if we can get him to actually rotate. It's a lot of weight on the rotating stand. I don't know. Yeah. So, looks pretty hefty. This is a big box. If anyone does have him, he's pretty huge. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to help rotate the stand because it's a lot of weight. Yeah, but I wanted you guys to see the box. You guys can check them out. It's pretty cool. I did get this pre-owned from a buddy of mine. Shout out to Rigo. He hooked me up. I bought some of his collection a while back. Let's go ahead and take him out of the box. He is, like I said, he is pretty hefty, so I have to go ahead and move the bootleg out of the way. Like I said, the bootleg Uzaru is going to be there for he's going to be there for more of a comparison. You guys can see him size wise. Oh wow, yeah. The box is pretty big. I wanted to keep it on camera. I didn't want to have to edit this out. I wanted you guys to see it. This is the box, and let's go ahead and see if we can I'm gonna try something out. I haven't done this. Let me bring up the camera. Sorry about that. Bring up the camera so we can give you guys a high. Let you guys see it from the top. We're gonna see. I'll go ahead and open up the box just for you guys. You guys can check them out. Pretty cool out of the box. Alright. Sorry, don't mind the mess, everyone. And the camera is leaning a little bit. So I'm gonna open it up so you guys can check them out. Alright. And this is pre-owned, like I said. He is missing the Yajirobe. So let's go ahead and pull this out. I'll go ahead and take all the parts out. I wanted you guys to see it. And wow, this guy is pretty hefty. Let me go ahead and bring the camera down so you guys can check it out. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and bring the camera back up. Alright. And let me go ahead and take everything out real quick. Alright everyone, sorry about that. I had to take them out of the package and the parts. It was kind of a lot. Alright guys, so this is the Great Ape. Check them out. This is battle damage, of course. Looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and show you guys a 360 view of it. You guys can get a better look of it. I'm gonna go ahead and add his tail right now. I'm sorry about that, I didn't do that. Go ahead and add his tail. I'm gonna see how he would look. I'm hoping he could stand without falling. I'm hoping he can. Hopefully he will. Alright, sorry about that everyone. Here's a 360 view of the Great Ape Vegeta. I try to keep his feet together so he doesn't fall over. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. Is battle damaged. He is he's definitely something to be seen on your he's gonna stand out. He's gonna be standing out on your display no matter what. Him and maybe the Mexican grade Uzaru right here, the bootleg. All right, let's go ahead and take a closer look at them real quick. All right, and check him out. His armor is broken off here. He's battle damaged. That's the way they came. He's pretty cool, man. The detail on the figure, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I did purchase this figure from a friend in the lot. He doesn't. I believe I sold him this figure a while back, and I bought everything. I bought some of his figures. So shout out to Rigo. He is missing, like I said, he is missing the what is his name? He's missing Yajirobe with his sword. So yeah, let's go ahead and sorry about the sound. Let me bring this down so you guys can see what comes inside the figure. It's not there's too many accessories. He is a huge figure. So to start off with this huge claw, where you can put the claw on this big piece, where he is his display piece, where you can pop them in and you could bend the claw. Sorry about being loud. Also with this, it's another piece you can add on here. So yeah, is it that? I believe it's that. I believe that's the right piece. If I'm wrong, I'm not really sure. All right, I've never used this piece, that's why. So I was assuming it might have been, but I have to look at the instructions. So yeah, he comes with this big display piece, a stand where he could be held, and he does come with his two hands, where he is holding Goku, and Goku is screaming. If anyone remembers this episode, Vegeta turns into the Great Ape, along with his he uses his Saiyan pod to turn into the Great Ape because I believe the moon was already destroyed because of Piccolo, because Gohan turned when Piccolo was training Gohan, or was that after? I think it was before. All right, so yeah, we got the two hands holding Goku. He's saying Kakarot, and Goku is screaming. Man, the detail on this is so cool. Like, Goku's hair is pretty nice. The hands together locked on, like, looks pretty good. I will show you guys this. Yeah, but it looks pretty damn cool. Goku just screaming. And we do got the one hand where he is, the pointing hand. Detail is pretty good. He is wearing his gloves. It's a big piece, so like I will be doing I will be showing you guys how they look. This is his fists. Well, let me go ahead and show you both fists. Might as well. Nothing spectacular, just you can see the detail in it though. And we do have his chopped off tail when Yajirobe does cut the tail, so he can shrink back to being a normal Saiyan. Like I said, I don't have Yajirobe, so hopefully I can find it on eBay one day. I've been looking, I haven't been able to find them. And it's it's a faceplate to change out. Well, for his his eyes, you can swap them out. It's pretty cool when his eye did get messed up. You should, if anyone's been watching any of the Dragon Ball Z, remind me how his eye ends up like this. I forgot. All right, and sorry about that. Let's go back up here, and I want to show you guys the Great Ape along with the Mexico bootleg, which is pretty cool. Anyone did see the last review, I definitely recommend it. These are them together. I think the Mexico, the bootleg, the face looks phenomenal. This one looks alright, just the paleness of the face. But it is how it was in the series, and I'm not saying nothing bad. It's still a good figure. He can't open his mouth, not completely, but still looks pretty cool, the detail. And yeah, let's go ahead and get some poses on. There's gonna be nothing crazy. I'll go ahead and do the first one, just like I said, like I always like to do my poses for everyone on the camera. Swap his hands out. We'll go ahead and do him when he is holding Goku. And also with that, we'll go ahead and swap his faceplate out. Alright, his eye plate. That's how it happens right there. Swap it out. You can put the top piece right back. And there it is. Oh, sorry. I guess you would have to do the eyes first and then add the piece after. Alright. I thought that was pretty badass how they did that. Shout out to Tamashi. Hopefully one day I can if you guys ever redo this figure or re-release him, regular or something, I would love to get a hold of him to get a good review. Let's go ahead and do this. We got this. Sorry about hitting the camera, guys. Just trying to. I know you can pull the hand out just a bit. I'm gonna try to bend his hand this way, along with this. All right. And here we are. There he is. There's not a lot of crazy. You can do some poses here. Nothing crazy. You could, something that everyone can do. I think we could be able to do most of the poses without having to. I don't like how the armor is kind of annoying. It's pretty cool that you can move it around, but yeah, it's kind of annoying sometimes. All right, here we are. We're gonna go ahead and have him. He does have this crunch. Let me get this stuff out of the way so we can show you guys. He does have this crunch. He is crouched a little bit, or his knees are bending when he is doing this pose. And let's go ahead and get the rotating stand for you guys real quick. You guys can check them out. All right, let's see if I can get his. They go a little closer, okay? It's because I don't want the figure to fall over. So go ahead and swap that. All right, guys, and there we are. Oh, I guess the battery died. Let me go ahead and. All right, everyone, sorry about that. The stand was struggling. Yep. This tail was down. Yeah. It's a pretty cool pose, an iconic pose. Anyone that's seen Dragon Ball, you definitely gotta have this. Anyone seen Dragon Balls, you gotta have this figure in your collection. The detail is pretty cool. It's a big figure, but I feel like you could do more with it than you would with Shenron. Shenron is kind of like just pose it there and that's it. So is Vegeta, but like I like how you can do multiple poses. I don't like this little it just passed by. I don't like this little shoulder right here, this little gap right here. You'll see it in the back. It's kind of annoying. I'm gonna mess around with it, see all that, but other than that, it's still pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do another pose. Let's see, let's check them out. Nothing crazy. Let's see. I wish that you could. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the normal face. I did think about trying out the stand, so you guys can see what we could do with it. It's pretty cool. Maybe I can have him moving around a lot more. Not 100% sure on that. So I'll give it a try. All right, everyone, we got him in another pose, one of his more iconic poses, where he is, asserting dominance. I am able to hold his position right here just because of his tail, holding a little bit of the weight. He's kind of like leaned over to the side, but still looks pretty cool. I am going to show you guys some of the poses that are on the back of the box. I forgot to do that. So that's the pose we're trying to achieve here. Yeah. And yeah, this is the Yajirobe that I was mentioning right here. I used to, well, my friend said that he lost it. Shout out to Rigo. He said he didn't know exactly where it went, but it's all good. The figure's still a great figure without Yajirobe. I really didn't use him that often, honestly. Yeah, so this is him when he is pointing his hand. Him trying to step on Goku. Of course, this pose already done. I'm gonna show you guys him with the stand, and maybe we'll see what we do right now. I'll show you guys right now. All right, everyone. I went ahead and put Great Ape in a different pose. I went ahead and used his stand. Let me go ahead and, I couldn't get him on a rotating stand, so let's show you guys how he looks on the stand that comes with him. I'm just messing around, trying to do different poses with him. If you do have the space, I definitely recommend some sort of setup display, you know, where he is fighting someone, or maybe if you have like a smaller figures of Goku or, you know, Vegeta will go well. Maybe the Shoto figures, maybe the Shoto might go well with these. I'm not 100%. Yeah, but just trying a different pose out here. All right, let's go ahead and have him where he is grabbing his hands. I'll show you guys that pose. All right, everyone, here's another pose for Great Ape. It looks pretty cool. He's able to do this more, like I said, because of the tail. The tail is kind of leaning on the tail, so it doesn't fall back. If anyone does have this figure, you know, you got to mess around with the tail. Sometimes it helps out a little bit if you are having him bend like this. You can't hear the snaps when you do bend everything, which is pretty cool, but can be kind of annoying. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you one last pose with his tail cut off. All right, everyone, here's another pose where he is pointing his finger, and of course he's angry because his tail being cut off. I was kind of surprised I was able to get him to stand. You just gotta move around, get him to crunch around on his his knees, and you can get the right pose and it's able to, you know, to do however you want to do it. Yes. All right, everyone, I want to show you guys this size comparison of the Great Ape. Along with this is the Mexican bootleg. If anyone has seen the last review, shout out to you guys for watching. Shout out to Chef-J9P. You told me you wanted to check this one out, so I showed it in the last video. Show you guys a size comparison of them side by side. Go ahead and bring the camera. Sorry about that. They're pretty cool. Face wise, like, they look very similar. The skin tone, of course, is different. Their mouths do open. This one does open a lot more. This one doesn't as much because his neck, I guess if you had his neck just lifted just a little bit, you would be able to do it. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. And let's go ahead and move the bootleg Uzaru. Show you guys another size comparison to, I believe it's my 3-0 Iron Man, but I believe he's a little taller than 6 inches. I believe he's a 7-inch scale. Let's go ahead and put him next to Uzaru. I'll go ahead and bring the camera down. Oh, sorry about that. Bring the camera down just a bit. You have him standing up. Of course, he's really small. Maybe he might be 6-inch scale. Let me go ahead and bring in one of my bad boys in here. The Hulkbuster, the 3-0. They're right up there with each other. I would say that Great Ape is probably just a little bit taller because of his hair. So yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry about that. Definitely would say this guy wins height wise, but he's a saying. But I would say that Hulkbuster would probably lose that fight. That's just my opinion. We all know Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans, and he's jealous about everything. So, and overall, I just want to say this figure is a great figure, and anyone looking to pick him up, I say definitely go for him. The box is pretty hefty. He's pretty big. He's a statement piece if you have him in your collection, definitely. Sorry about that. He is a statement piece, definitely in your collection. You guys go pick him up. I did have him next to my. I did have him on my Saiyan Saga up there, one Nappa. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I have him in the background. If anyone's seen my display, he looks pretty cool. And I did have the bootleg the bootleg Uzaru, which I consider either Gohan or Goku as a kid, but it's still pretty cool. So definitely this figure, I definitely say pick it up. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a solid 8 out of 10. Go pick him up. I hope that you guys like him. I'm sorry that I didn't have the what is his name? I didn't have the part. Yajirobe, sorry about that. I didn't have Yajirobe to show you guys, but I've had this figure before, so I know Yajirobe isn't even that big of a deal, so it doesn't really matter if you have Yajirobe or not. Yeah, so definitely go pick them up, and shout out to anyone watching. Continue to subscribe, keep watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.